It has been a while since I've made one of these update videos. The last one I made was in May, and this is the August update. The month of June and July just flew by. In the whole month of June, I was on this expedition Midnight Sun and drove all the way up to the Swedish Lapland from down here in southern Sweden and back again. And I did experience the Midnight Sun. I made a whole video series about that that you can watch if you haven't. Then in July, I was on the Sweden Offroad tour some of the days, and I also led a convoy, a scenic route convoy that I had planned. That was so much fun and a huge success. And yeah, as you can see, I am a bit stranded right now. My husband is changing the wet belt on this one, and we are waiting on some parts before he can finish it. And yeah, after that, of course, I will go out and camp in the woods again. So you can look forward to that in the future. Another thing that has been a long time since I've done, besides making these update videos, is taking you for a walk and talk. So let's get Simba and let's go for a walk. There are some things I want to share with you. Yeah. If you watched my May update, you will know that the founder and owner of the Beyond Boundaries magazine came over to me at the Overland Adventure Expo and asked me if I wanted to write an article for his magazine, which I said yes to. And I have just completed that article and sent all the material to him. I will be in the next edition, in the 45th edition of this magazine. The 44th edition was just released about a week ago, and I will of course link to the magazine below so you can check it out. It's what can I call it? A very high quality magazine. I can really recommend you go and check it out. And I'm really excited about being featured in his magazine. Honored also. Another thing I want to talk about is what I've learned the first time going off-roading in my Ford Ranger, and why I think Overlanders should go off-roading here in Sweden legally. And yeah, my husband has been at me for years that I should join him on these off-roading club days. He's usually driving in his Jeep, and he has talked so much about how important it is to get to know your vehicle and know what it's capable of. Even though we drive overlanding here in Sweden, it's gravel roads like the one I'm walking on right now. And I've been like, yeah, but I get your point, but the reason for me to actually do it hasn't felt like something that I really needed to. So I've just kept pushing it off, being maybe a little afraid of not being good enough, and what if everybody would think that I was a big failure and couldn't drive my vehicle, and yeah, fear of failure and all of that. I think has been a big part of me putting it off for so long. But now this year he finally convinced me, and it was so good. So Simba. So what I've learned is basically that, yeah, he's right. It is good to get to know your vehicle better and be able to control it and know, yeah, what it's capable of. How big rocks can you drive over easily, or how much can it lean and be off camber before it's dangerous. And I never got into any dangerous situation on that off-roading, even though it felt sketchy, especially in the beginning, especially in the beginning. But I had so much fun at it. It was really good for me. I also learned that my fears were completely without reason. The fear of failure and the fear of others wouldn't think I was capable of doing it. It was the opposite, actually. I had someone come over to me and say that they thought I was pretty good at it. So that was a pleasant surprise. So basically, yeah, don't be afraid of it. It's so fun, and you will really get to know your vehicle so much more than you did and thought you did before. And also, having a vehicle capable of so much, and then having the laws that say you can't drive anywhere. You can drive the gravel roads and you can drive the forest road, but off-roading is strictly forbidden. Then it can feel a bit like, am I just a van lifer in a very cool vehicle? When you're overlanding here in Sweden, why would you have such a capable vehicle if you aren't also using it to its full potential? Yeah, and how do you do it then? How do you go off-roading in Sweden? In the summer, there's the Sweden Off-Road Tour. I will link to that below. That is 16 days, continuous days, with off-road driving in 16 different off-road areas. But other than that, what you can do is you can join a random club day anywhere in any of the off-road terrains in Sweden. There are many off-road areas spread out across Sweden, and usually the areas have a club day once a month where you can just meet up. It will cost a small amount of money, usually 300 kroners if you are not a member in the club, and less if you are a member. So it's very simple. You search for it, find a club in the nearby area, find out when they have the driving, meet up and drive. So I will make a video where I get into more details of how to go off-roading legally in Sweden. Sometime in the future I will make that video. But yeah, that's basically how you do it. And yeah, why should Overlanders go off-roading? I think I've already covered it. Because you can. because it's fun, because you will be more safe out there if you are able to control your vehicle. Yeah, there are so many reasons. I get why there is a kind of divide in the Nordic countries. That I feel that we are the Overlanders and there are the Offroaders, but I really do think that we should be the same. When I took that bunch of Offroaders on my overlanding scenic route convoy, so many came over afterwards and said that they had enjoyed it so much. And I think a common thing might be that the off-roaders just go from off-road area to off-road area, or just drive the off-road days and don't go overlanding in that sense. And also the other way around, I think many overlanders don't go off-roading because they might have not gotten the idea to do it, and they are maybe just have gotten into this rhythm of going on these, like I was, just driving the nice roads and camping in the woods, and yeah, like that. So yeah, but it is possible to combine it, and I think we should. That was all I had for this update. If you have any questions regarding anything, please ask. And especially if you have anything you want me to bring up in the video where I will go in depth about how to go off-roading in Sweden legally, I would really appreciate it if you would write that down below, so I can make that as good as a video as possible. I hope you enjoyed coming along on this little walk. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bring me into golden sunlight. If I'm going